Listen, man, y'all been blowing up the comments about this video. So we got Vulkan, Perpetual, Primarch. Hey, y'all been in the comments spamming this one. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, man. Like the video. If you guys do enjoy this, let's get to it, man. Let's shout out to everybody, man.
You have come to the abyss and almost surrendered yourselves.
Deep, yo, what type of voice is it? Yo, why is this so deep? Who is this?
To it. That changes now. I am Father, General, Lord, and Mentor. I shall teach you, if I can, and pass on the knowledge I have gained. Honor, self-sacrifice, self-reliance, brotherhood. It is the Promethean creed, and all must adhere to it.
Wait, is this the GOAT? Whoa. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me not disrespect the GOAT's amazing, immaculate, extravagant voice. Wait a minute, is this the GOAT? Is this Vulkan? See, let me tell y'all something. This video is gonna be full Vulkan glaze. Get ready, okay? So all y'all out there that's like, oh, well, you glaze Vulkan too much. We all say that, right? Here's the thing. He deserves to be glazed. See, just because your Primarch sucks and nobody likes him, does not mean that my Primarch does not deserve his glaze. He doesn't deserve his praise and his glaze. He deserves it. Your Primarch does not deserve it. Your Primarch failed over and over and over again. Your Primarch does not deserve nothing.
If we are to prosper, let this be the first lesson.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, GOAT, yes, GOAT. Yo. He said, "Let this be his first. Let this be our first lesson." Yo, go, bro. I'm ready for you, bro. Like I got my pen and paper for you, go. Like, what you want me to do? Like, put to a random page. All right, let's go, yo.
The loyal primarchs of his imperium symbolize the pinnacle of humanity, imbuing their legions and the subjects of their homeworlds with their most cherished traits: honor, valor, sacrifice, duty, and loyalty.
See, when he says stuff like this, y'all, see, a lot of y'all Primarchs can't do that. A lot of y'all Primarchs can't step up to the plate and really tell people how it really is. A lot of y'all Primarchs are freaky, nasty, diabolically disgusting. A lot of y'all Primarchs are not good like that. See, my Primarch, he actually teaches us knowledge. So when it says honor, valor, sacrifice, duty, and loyalty, right? Let me actually write this stuff down, because a lot of people can't even like fathom this type of information. As a matter of fact, bro, where your pen and paper at, yo? Yo, sit down, take out your pen and paper and write this down, yo. What are you doing? Because I don't need this. He already taught me this a long time ago. I'm just pretending like I don't know this so you guys can actually digest this type of information. I'm doing this for you guys. And then loyalty. Oh, I forgot duty. See, a lot of y'all don't really got this type of information to even like to really like go through life with. Honor, valor, sacrifice, duty, and loyalty. These are like the 5 things that you really need to really be him in real life. But a lot of you guys see, a lot of y'all, bro, y'all don't got that discipline. It even says that in the Bible, yo. He who hates, what it say? It says something. He who hates discipline hates something, or is poor, or something like that. It's been like 3 days since I picked up my Bible. Lord, forgive me. I'm sorry. I've been slipping a little bit, but hey, we're gonna get right back on track, though. How about that? Yeah, we're gonna get right back on track. But listen, though, this is not about me. This is about you. Let go of that trash, bumming Primarch, bro, and get on our team.
Though of all the Primarchs of his imperium, only one symbolizes the virtue of empathy.
Yeah.
A Primarch whom would cherish the subjects of his imperium. Despite enduring great suffering, he would endeavor to protect his imperium and his beloved sons.
Yeah.
Primarch of the 18th Legion of Astarte.
Oh, first I'm gonna stack some more. And yeah, what? Look at the swag that he got. A lot of y'all Primarchs don't got fashion or style. See, that's the. You know what? I don't want to scream too much because I don't want to violate nobody. But here's the thing, though. A lot of y'all favorite Primarchs don't got style like this. A lot of y'all favorite Primarchs are bummy. They don't even get their hair cut. Bummy. Yo, I don't care how down bad I am, bro, financially. I'ma always look the part. For real. because it just does something to me. Like, bro, if I'm down bad financially, I still tell myself, man, you know what, man, I'm gonna still go out there, get a little haircut on, and I'm gonna keep grinding because I know what type of man I am. It's not really even about like the financials. It's just really about, dang, man, you know what, man, I've been down bad once in my life, but guess what? We're really gonna get back up for real. So let me just go get a cut. Let me pick myself up, chin up. Let me really dive into my word. Let me really pray because that's what God wants me to do. Pick my head back up and really rely on him because I know that he got everything taken care of. Vulkan's a good example of that, bro. He was down and out before, but guess what, bro? Picked his head up, and then he was like, yo, you know what? I'm really him for real. So let me just really pick my chin up and really continue on and really freshen up real quick because even though I'm feeling down bad right now, that's not who I am just internally. A lot of y'all bummy Primarchs are like that, bro. Are like that. See, a lot of y'all favorite Primarchs, bro, they allow their past to come into how do you say this? To come into contact with their future. My Primarch never did that. He's been hurt before. My Primarch, he's been betrayed before. My Primarch, he had no daddy. Yeah. His real dad wasn't there, but guess what he did? Every single day, he got up and he worked. Every single day, he wanted to work for what he wanted to work for. He didn't bow down to what no bum was saying. Yeah. See, when you really get with Vulkan, you really understand that, you know what, man? I might have a horrible past, or I grew up in a horrible household, but guess what? I'm not gonna let that affect my future family. I'm not gonna let that affect my relationships, with my friends, or my relationship, with my girl. Because guess what? Even though you went through a lot of bad things coming up, you got a choice to make. Are you gonna allow that to mess up your future, or are you gonna allow that to fuse you? Because guess what? All great people who went through all the bad things, Jesus, a lot of these superheroes that we look up to, whoever, a lot of these characters, Jesus, he's not really a character, he's real. But like, bro, Jesus is a good example, bro. Jesus went through it all. Betrayal, he went through pain, he sacrificed everything, bro. People lied on his name, bro. People didn't show up for him. People denied his name, but guess what? He still did it. He still broke through the chains, and he still did it. That's what you're supposed to do. Even when people look at you, even when people look at you in a bad light, even when people try to step on your name, even when people don't believe in you, even when people ridicule you, even though people try to stump down your dreams, what do? You get up every single day and you keep pursuing. That's something that Vulkan did. That's something that Jesus did, number one. But that's something that Vulkan did as well. And that's something that I did as well. You know how many people ridiculed me, yo? You think I let that stop me? No. No. We keep it pushing. And this is why I got this community like this as well, because I kept pushing. Imagine if I would have listened to some bones back in the day. For real.
Vulkan. With the scattering of the Primarchs, Vulkan's capsule would land on the planet of Nocturne, within the settlement of Hesiod. Discovered by a local blacksmith, Labelle, he would name the child Vulkan after the namesake of the first king of the Salamanders, which roamed the volcanic wastes of Nocturne. Within the span of 3 years, Vulkan would outgrow the stature of all the local peoples. Combining his quick cognitive prowess with the teachings of his father, Vulkan would become a famed blacksmith, renowned throughout the planet.
Thanks.
Soon he would impart his knowledge of the forge, inventing and discovering new techniques unknown to Nocturne's populace.
Thanks.
Yet Nocturne would be plagued by raiding parties, led by the Dark Eldar. So common were the Drukhari raids that every person of the town had picked out a space to hide to avoid capture. On the 4th year of Vulkan's arrival to Nocturne, a raid would begin. The young Primarch would refuse to hide. Standing at the center of the settlement, he would wait. A large forge hammer in each hand, he would face his despicable foes, alone. Watching this inspiring gesture...
That's enough. You know what? I ain't gonna pause too much. We had 2 minutes, 15-minute video. I ain't gonna pause too much, y'all. I'm sorry about that.
Stand by Vulkan's side and prepare to defend their home. The Drukhari would be routed decisively by the wrath of Vulkan, felling over 100 Drukhari by his own hand. Hearing of this great victory, the settlement elders of the 7 largest towns of Nocturne would converge to meet with Vulkan and join him in their fight against the raiders. To celebrate his victory, the people of Nocturne would hold a tournament, which a particular stranger to the planet would attend. Adorned in peculiar clothing and pale of complexion, in contrast to the native Nocturne populace, the stranger would ask to be granted a chance to compete in the tournament, claiming that he could best any challenger. The people of Nocturne laughed in his face as Vulkan accepted the stranger's terms, wagering that the loser of the tournament would serve the victor's whim without question. For 8 days the contest would endure. Each challenger tested on feats of strength and endurance, such as the anvil lift, wherein the competitors held an anvil above their heads for half a day. With the dawn of the 8th day, the challengers' scores would be tied. To decide a winner, the 2 challengers would be given 24 hours to craft a weapon and hunt the apex predator of Nocturne, the salamander. The victor would be decided by the size of the salamander with which they had slain. The 2 men would scale a large mountain and split paths. Vulkan would quickly find a massive fire drake and slay it. Carrying his prize over his shoulder.
Bro, he's so cool, bro. Like, bro, like, like, bro, like, what, bro, like, man, like, how special do you gotta be, bro? Like, how, like, bro, like, yo, like, how cool do you gotta be, bro? At the end of the day, there's nothing you could do with somebody like him, bro. With his strength, with his mind, with his mindset, you can't beat somebody like this, bro. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You can't beat nobody like this, bro. Literally, like, yo, just like it just makes me laugh, bro, because like all these weaklings try to compare up to the GOAT. You can't do it. You can't do it. Tell all your bum primarchs to get out of here.
Would descend the mountain, yet as a twist of fate, the dormant mountain would erupt and cast Vulkan over the side of a cliff. Hanging from the precipice with one hand, the Primarch would not release his prize, but be unable to pull himself to safety. Hours passed, and Vulkan's strength began to wane.
Oh no.
Until he would be found by the stranger. The stranger hefted over his shoulder a salamander, far larger than Vulkan's. Seeing Vulkan in distress, the stranger would cast his prize aside, tossing the salamander into a river of lava, its body acting as a bridge to enable him to reach the Primarch. Hoisting Vulkan away from the precipice, the stranger would aid him in walking back to the town, his superior prize now melting on the molten rock. Returning to the people empty-handed, the stranger would lose the tournament, with Vulkan declared the winner. Yet to the surprise of his people, Vulkan would bend his knee to the strange man.
Alright, now, I'm not going to spoil who the strange man is because I already know who it is. But, shout out to, I think y'all know. I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to let the remembrancer, which is the channel, I'm gonna let him say the name. But man, I'm going to keep it real, bro. Like, bro, give Vulkan, bro, like give Vulkan a green juice. He got it. Bro, give Vulkan like a pumpkin spice latte, and he got it, bro. It's just Vulkan that day. The reason like he was exhausted and his muscles didn't work is because like I don't know if you know or not, but like Vulkan, bro, like he participates in like weightlifting competitions, and he was really tired from like the night before. So when a guy actually challenged him to like like the actual competition or whatever, Vulkan, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna still do it, but like his muscles was like really weak. So if you would have gave Vulkan like a Red Bull or something like that, Vulkan would have definitely beat him
and pledge his life. The stranger, casting off his disguise, revealed his identity as the Emperor of Mankind.
Yeah.
Now reunited with his long-lost son. Unlike many of his brother Primarchs, Vulkan would not immediately be given command of his legion. For years he would be tutored by the Emperor and fight at his side. Unifying with his sons during their battle against a massive orc horde, joining his son's beleaguered forces, commanding a fleet of 3,000 new recruits he had brought to the fray. The Legion's name would be changed from the Dragon Warriors to the Salamanders, honoring the bond forged between the Emperor and Vulkan during their tournament on Nocturne. Vulkan's command of his legion would stand in stark contrast with other Primarchs, the first signs of which involving the 18th Legion's cooperative campaign on the world of Kharaatan, alongside the Night Lord's Legion and their Primarch, Konrad Curze. Disgusted with the means that the 8th Legion used to wage war, Vulkan became enraged when the Night Lords slaughtered an entire city in order to root fear within the planet's populace.
As you should, Goat. Goat, you should be enraged. Goat, you should have a problem with this. Yes, Goat, you should. Because who does this bum think he is? Who does this loser think he is? Who does this preposterous fool think he is? Who do you think you are, bro? And then I got Konrad Curze fans in my comment section down below. Well, that's just his character. I mean, like, he's crazy. I mean, like, that's just his. So you're excusing what he's doing. You're excusing what this psychopath is doing. And the fact that my goat actually wanted to stop this psychopathic loser, y'all get mad at me because I tell y'all how it is about Vulkan. And how I roast this menace to society, this Arkham Asylum inmate, because that's what he is.
Vulkan would continually be scarred by the ravages of war, the planet of Kharaatan being inhabited by humans coexisting with eldar exodites, rejecting the intervention of the Imperium's forces. Vulkan surmised that the humans of Kharaatan would never turn from their exodite liberators and would never accept the compliance of the Imperium. Combined with the death of his personal remembrancer, Seraph, he would become enraged, leading to the death of an innocent eldar child. Racked with guilt, Vulkan would nonetheless order the planet to be cleansed of life.
Let me explain this. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but let me. I know a lot of y'all was like, "Whoa, what about this?" Y'all kept saying this because y'all kept saying, "Oh, well, didn't Vulkan take that child out? Didn't Vulkan do that to that kid?" Let me explain what happened, yo.
Enraged, leading to the death of an innocent eldar child.
You fools. Y'all don't even understand what happened was. So let me explain down. Yo, Vulkan, don't worry, Goat. You don't gotta. Let me explain it, Big Goat. Let me explain it, Big Goat. Hey, bro, after this video, we can get drinks if you want. Yeah, bro. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I do drink. I mean, I drink sometimes. All right, bro. I see you. Let me explain to them your situation. You mind if I explain to him? You don't mind? I bet. So let me explain what happened, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, boy, didn't you do that to that one kid?" Let me explain something to you simpletons. So what had happened was, and this is pure facts, y'all. Like, you can actually look this up in the book. So what had happened was, y'all, Vulkan actually went through some type of psychosis. I think he had like some type of, what was the drug called? The psychosis? Yeah, that's what it was called. So basically, Vulkan was actually having a lemonade. But some weird, eerie girl that was feeling Vulkan, she actually decided to Bill Cosby his drink. I'm sorry, drug his drink. And so, Vulkan was like, Vulkan was chatting up with the girl, right? Vulkan turned around, he drank the drunk, all of a sudden he's, he's just biting the air. I'm thinking like he hungry. I'm like, yo, you want a burger? You want a McDouble? What's going on? You want a Whopper? What's going on, yo? And after he pushed me, I'm like, oh, snap. Go, don't do it. Go. I got on my knees and everything. Go, please don't do it. I'm begging. Go, please don't crash out. He biting the air. He's like a dog, right? He's like a canine. And so boom. So he ended up grabbing his weapon. Now his weapon at the time I think was a flamethrower 12,000. Flamethrower 12,000. So he ended up actually grabbing his flamethrower 12,000 and he just spraying it around. What had happened was, some elder kid or some elder child was actually in the bar. Now, I think this was like one of the bars where it was kind of like a brewery where you can like give out beer or whatever, where it's like a place of beer, but at the same time kids could come here and like eat as well with like their parents and stuff like that. So Vulkan, he's going crazy with everything, and then all of a sudden, the kid was on fire, but up in here, but it's burning hot. The kid was on fire. The kid was on fire, right? And so all of a sudden, I'm not laughing, my bad. I had like a little thing in my throat. And so like all of a sudden, we're trying to put the kid out, but the kid, it's in all type of Michael Jackson moves and everything. We're trying to hit the kid, put the fire out. I'm over here giving the kid all types of combos. I'm trying to put the fire out. So boom, I'm like, long story short, the kid's roasted, and all of a sudden Vulkan went to court. Now, obviously, as Vulkan's best friend, right-hand man, and lawyer, I proceeded to tell the judge, yo, judge, sorry, like, My goat, obviously, you know him. He's the greatest of all time. He's never like this, sir. And sir, as a matter of fact, if you actually take a look at his drink right here, his drink has drug residue. The doses, right? And so he looks and he's like, that is strange. As a matter of fact, the goat Vulkan, you're right. We now pledge. Sorry, I wasn't laughing. I had to think of my throat again. He said, yo, as a matter of fact, this case is now in your favor, Judge Vulkan. Bro, me and Vulkan, bro, we embraced, we hugged. I believe, like the burnt kids, mom and dad was trying to get like, what, 20 to 30 mil? 35 mil. Yeah, they tried to tax him crazy heavy, like it's Texas or something. Yo, so like, they tried to get like 35 mil out of him. Obviously, I give Vulkan a hug because we won a case, and all of a sudden, bro, like that's what happened. A lot of y'all out there, bro, see y'all are liars, bro. Y'all trying to make it seem like Vulkan was this evil guy, bro. Obviously, everything was an accident. You can't really like how can you blame my goat for that? He was drugged, So obviously, bro, like I feel bad for the kid, but like. First of all, yo, what are you doing there in the first place, bro? If you seen somebody that was 7'1", 400 pounds of straight muscle, going crazy, biting the air, and then grabbing his flamethrower 12,000, just spraying it. If you see that happening, bro, you should have left the premises. But you wanted to sit there like you're brave or whatever, and then you just got burnt up. I mean, it is what it is, So that's what happened about that situation. A lot of people is trying to frame Vulkan as like the evil guy, whatever. He was never the evil guy. A lot of y'all, y'all just want to see somebody just lose and hate. I got a lot of haters out there, for Vulkan. It is what it is. Like listen, when you become that great, here's some advice for everybody out there. Let me give you guys some advice. Give me 1 second. Here's some advice for y'all. When you winning, bro, everybody want to see you fall. Yeah. When you winning, when you going crazy, bro, everybody want to see you fall. Everybody want to see you on the ground, bro, crying for help. Because they're like that in real life. They're like that. When you winning, when you killing the game, when you dominating the game, everybody want to see you fall. Everybody want to see you lose, bro. But guess what? When you on their level, right? Whenever you're down bad, or not even like down bad, whenever you're just like, whenever you didn't make it yet, and like you're still trying to make it, everybody and their mama want to support you. Oh, well, I'm so proud of you. Oh, that's so great. Oh, but when you make it, the same people that was clapping, all of a sudden, bro, they got a frown on their face every time they see you. Yeah, hater-ish, bro. Hater-ish. Because when you make it, here's the thing, yo. When I really make it, like I'm making it right now, shout out to my community, shout out to God. I'm making it right now. Like I know I'm going to be something big. I know you're going to be something big because you're watching me. Like we're kind of linked in a way. When we make it, yo, don't be surprised when a lot of your friends or a lot of your family or a lot of whatever look at you in disgust or look at you with hate, bro. You made something out of yourself, bro. You made something out of yourself. And guess what? They can't stand it. They can't stand that they know somebody that's better than them. They can't stand it, yo. For real, I promise you. So it's kind of the same thing with Vulkan. Vulkan, he was down bad. Everybody liked him. But obviously, since he's the GOAT, everybody want to roast him now. Crazy word.
Racked with guilt, Vulkan would nonetheless order the planet to be cleansed of life, knowing that the human eldar coexistence that flourished would never be compatible with the Imperium and its creed. Vulkan's misfortune would continue to grow with his legion's intervention during the Istvaan V dropsite massacre, a full-scale assault of 9 legions sent to quash Horus Lupercal's fledgling rebellion. Commanded by Ferrus Manus of the Iron Hands, Vulkan and Corvus Corax of the Raven Guard would aid the 10th Legion in the initial assault.
Yep.
Against the combined traitor forces of the Emperor's Children, World Eaters, Death Guard, and Sons of Horus. The battle waged, the Free Loyalist legions holding their ground until the arrival of their inbound allies of the Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Word Bearers, and Alpha Legion. The second wave of legions would turn on their brothers, decimating the Free Loyalist legions in their ensuing battle.
And that's why I'll mess with them. Because they legit, bro, betrayed my GOAT, bro. The people that really tried to help, we didn't have to help nobody. But we could have been on the side, bro, drinking lattes and eating McMuffins. But no, we had to help because that's how nice we are.
Vulkan's forces would be targeted by the Iron Warriors Legion, firing nuclear missiles into the midst of the Salamander forces, targeting their Primarch. With the fallout subsiding and the battle over, Vulkan would awaken from the blast, his flesh healing itself amongst the ashes of his fallen sons. Vulkan was evidently a perpetual, a being almost incapable of dying. Surrounded by hundreds of legionaries of the Iron Warriors and Night Lords, Vulkan would be stabbed, shot, bludgeoned, and eventually beaten on.
And he's still stood up. See, that's the thing. They try to take the goat down, but it wasn't gonna work. You can't take the goat down. Because it's not gonna work. I tried to tell y'all. They shot him, stabbed him, everything. They're gonna use every single way of taking a person out on my goat. You can't take him out. That's the goat.
Conscious, Konrad Curze, Primarch of the Night Lords, would relish the opportunity to torment his brother.
Bro, the fact that y'all laugh at this boy torturing the goat is crazy, bro. Bro, I feel like I need reparations as a Vulkan fan. I feel like I need reparations. This is sickening, bro. The fact that y'all really celebrate jumping up and down like it's Christmas to celebrate Vulkan's death is absolutely absurd. The fact that y'all was laughing like the hyenas, like the hyenas of the Lion King because he was torturing my goat was crazy, but it's okay. Because we don't get our revenge.
For months, Vulkan would be tortured by the Night Haunter.
3 months! Y'all can't even take an ass whooping with the belt. For 3 minutes. But my goat was being tortured for months.
Dying over and over again. His head cut from his neck, his throat ripped out, his limbs torn from his body and riddled with bolter fire. He would be jettisoned into space and left within the venting shaft of a starship engine. However, Vulkan would rise from death every time.
Yeah.
Growing bored of the torture, Curze would utilize the powers of the priests of Davin. They would conjure scenarios within Vulkan's mind. He would face trials destined to fail, and watch as the illusory innocents' lives at stake would perish. Yet Vulkan's mind would not break. Tiring of his brother's resilience, Curze would imprison Vulkan within a maze constructed by the Primarch of the Iron Warriors, Perpetual. At its center lay Dawnbringer, the personal weapon of Vulkan, surrounded by the dead sons of his legion, a tempting prize in a futile game. However, after many attempts, Vulkan would reach Dawnbringer and overpower Curze. Using the teleporter device installed within his Warhammer, Vulkan would escape, teleporting to the Ultramar system in the upper atmosphere of Macragge. There Vulkan would burn during re-entry to the planet's surface, knowing he would revive again under the care of the 13th Legion, the Ultramarines.
Hey yo, shout out to the Ultramarines, bro. Shout out to the Ultramarines for really taking care of my goat, bro. Shout out to the Ultramarines, yo.
The Ultramarines would discover Vulkan's charred body, and within days the flesh and bone that remained would regenerate. Summoning their Primarch Rabute Gilliman as Vulkan awoke, the Ultramarines would see Vulkan exhibiting signs of mania, incoherence, and mental trauma. Vulkan's time with the Night Haunter had made him sensitive to Curze's presence, and Vulkan knew that his tormentor was near. Konrad Curze would break from the confinement of Lionel Johnson's vessel, the Invincible Reason, and wreak havoc throughout Macragge.
And you so obsessed with him, bro. Like, you like him or something, bro? You swing that way? Like, do you like him a lot? Like, is that what you want, bro? Weirdo? You really like my girl? Like, you like him that much, bro? Are you serious, bro? Like, is that what you like?
Vulkan would escape from his cell and pillage Gilliman's personal armory, setting out to confront the Night Haunter. As the two Primarchs battled, the perpetual human, John Grammaticus, would arrive on Macragge.
Hey, shout out to John too, bro. Shout out to him too.
Armed with the Fulgurite, a concentrated spear tip of pure energy unleashed by the Emperor, Grammaticus would stab Vulkan through the heart, unleashing a massive psychic explosion, killing them both within the blast radius. Vulkan's corpse would be interred within a stasis field, handcrafted by Rabute Gilliman. The remaining salamanders on Macragge would guard their Primarch's body and bring it to the summit of Mount Deathfire on their homeworld of Nocturne. Artellus Numian, Vulkan's loyal son and first captain of the Fire Drakes, would sacrifice his life unto the magma core of the mountain, allowing Vulkan to awaken.
Hey, bro. Shout out to bro right here for sacrificing his life, bro.
Unto the magma core of the mountain, allowing Vulkan to awaken.
Bro,
His
shout out
mind
to
and
him.
sanity restored by the Fulgurite infused with the Emperor's power. Enthralled by a vision, Vulkan would be led to two artifacts he had previously created, but had no recollection of crafting. One such artifact being the Talisman of Seven Hammers. Using the talisman, Vulkan would travel through the webway, and after many trials on Terra, Vulkan would be led by the Adeptus Custodes to his father, the Emperor. Trapped upon the Golden Throne, the Emperor would reveal that he had led his loyal son to his side throughout his journey, revealing that the Talisman of Seven Hammers had been created as a contingency to destroy Holy Terra should the traitor forces of Chaos succeed in defeating the Imperium, entrusting its creation to Vulkan as the only son whom would hesitate to use it due to the incredible loss of life that it would cause. Vulkan installed the talisman under the Golden Throne and would defend his father in secret during the Siege of Terra. Soon thereafter, Magnus the Red and a group of his 1,000 sons would infiltrate the Imperial dungeon to confront the Emperor. Vulkan would block their path, protecting his father from a lethal attack from Magnus's staff. The Emperor and Vulkan would bid the Crimson King to return to the path of righteousness, but their offer would be refused. Vulkan and Magnus would duel. Saved from a fatal blow by Salamander Legionnaire Ijan Gargo, Vulkan would wield his fallen son's warhammer in one hand and Dawnbringer in the other.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get toxic. Let's get toxic. Let's get toxic.
In desperation, Magnus would call unto the dark powers of chaos, fully surrendering his soul to the fell powers and retreating into the warp. With the siege of Terra over and his father wounded during his duel with Horus, Vulkan would leave his Salamander's legion and venture into the far reaches of space, vowing alike to his brother Primarch Leman Russ to one day return to his legion in their darkest hour. Over a millennia and a half later, Vulkan would engage the Orc hordes during the War of the Beast.
Okay, alright, well, I guess that's the end of the video. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Yeah, we're not gonna. Thank y'all so much for coming through, man. I know y'all want me to react to it. I'm not gonna do that. Other than that, comment down below. See y'all on the next one out. Bye. God.
Alone, he would defend the world of Caldera from the Orc invasion, dying over and over again, yet reviving and facing his foes with relentless ferocity. Crafting the Warhammer Doom Tremor, Vulkan would rally the Imperium's forces, leading the counterattack against the mighty Orc war boss, the Beast, on the planet of Ulanor. Vulkan would face the Beast, tackling the war boss into a large power generator, absorbing the Orc energy within, known as War. Vulkan would unleash its raw power through Doom Tremor, ending the War of the Beast and obliterating himself and the war boss.
And y'all said that Vulkan lost that? It sounded like he won that one.
In the years since his passing, no trace has been recovered of Vulkan, his legion maintaining that he shall one day uphold his promise when all 9 artifacts of Vulkan have been gathered. Their Primarch shall return.
Hey man, shout out to the is that how you say his name? The remembrancer? Wait, let me give me 1 second. Let me see. It's called, yeah, the remembrancer. Shout out to him, man, for the video. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Hopefully, I didn't make the video too long, but if I did, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video. Bye, everyone.